The 1 cent piece is the longest tenured denomination in United States mint history. In fact, they were the original coins struck when the U.S. Mint first opened its doors back in 1793. However, those were massive copper pieces, nothing like the small cent that we strike today. That size would not be introduced until 1857, with the introduction of the Flying Eagle cent. This new small size cent piece would only last for 1 year beyond that, being struck in 1857 and 1858 for circulation, making it one of the shortest lived cent denominations in U.S. mint history, with the only one shorter than them that was 1 year of issue only, 1943 steel cents. These Flying Eagle cents are more than 166 years old, and thanks to a few rolls that we found at a local coin show, we can offer these stunning U.S. Mint originals for the unbeatable price of just $59.95. At that price, we are at least $65 less than our nearest competition. And tonight, as a special, if you buy 2 of these coins from us, we will guarantee you both an 1857 and an 1858 Flying Eagle cent. All of these coins are in beautiful collector's quality circulated condition, which means they were hand selected by one of us at the coin show to make sure they meet our strict eye appeal and quality standards. On top of that, each of these coins are also placed into our beautiful Defender holders. These holders came about because many of you have been asking us for years how you can package these coins to protect them a little bit better and provide better presentation for these stunning U.S. Mint originals. And the Defender holder was the result. It is the same size as the NGC or PCGS certified coins, which means these will fit perfectly in those row boxes that we like to use to keep our collections pristine and fresh. You can call in at 1-866-518-5933 or head over to our website, avccoins.com. Then once you're there, click on the search bar on the page, and for the Flying Eagle cent in the Defender holder, it's 905-11131. 905 31. And we are just $59.95 for each of these stunning Flying Eagle cents. The dates will be our choice, but if you buy 2, we will make sure you get 1 of each. While technically this coin was struck in 1856 as well, those were just a test issue with just 2,000 total coins being struck the entire year, and they were never put into circulation. In 1857 and 1858, they would strike 17.4 and 24.6 million total coins respectively, which may sound like a lot, but when you compare it to modern day small cent denominations that we strike, it pales in comparison. For example, let's compare it to the larger of the 2 mintages, the 1858. 24.6 million total coins struck the entire year. For some perspective, in 1909, when they struck the VDB cent, a coin that had such massive outcry when it was released, they only struck it for a few days before stopping the design. They still struck 28.4 million total coins in those few days. Let's compare it to 2023's mintages, the last total that we have for modern day cent production. They would strike 376.9 million total coins a month in 2023. That's 4.5 billion cents a year, or a little over 12.5 million coins every single day if we're talking about a 30-day month. That means that we would strike more Lincoln cents in 2 days today than we struck in all of 1858 with the Flying Eagle cents. And remember, these coins weren't the 1 cent pieces of today where they're rarely used, and if they are used, they're just tossed in as part of a transaction. This is a day and age where the 1 cent was the workhorse of the American economy. So these coins circulated and circulated heavily. So 17.4 million for 1857 and 24.6 million for 1858 is absolutely nothing. Very few of these original coins have survived until today because these were also the coins that were handed out after they did the Law of 57. For those unaware, the Law of 57 was a law passed that stopped letting people use other nations' coinage in the United States. And once that law was passed, you then had a couple of years where you could go to the banks and they would take the foreign money and give you back equal value in the American currency. These cents were also referred to as nickels during their day and age because remember, the nickel denomination didn't appear until 1864. And they were actually struck from 0.8% copper and 0.1% nickel. So they don't look anything like the modern issue copper cent that we have today. They are truly unique pieces of U.S. mint history, and their status as the first ever small cents have made them iconic coins for collectors. These coins are so sought after today that if you found a coin in heavily circulated condition, it's going to cost you upwards of $125 with our competition. That means we are more than $65 less at just $59.95. So if you buy 2 coins with us tonight, guaranteeing an 1857 and an 1858 Flying Eagle cent in beautiful collector's quality circulated condition, not only are you getting the first and last Flying Eagle cents ever made for circulation in U.S. mint history, you're also going to save over $130 versus the price of these 2 coins with our competition. That is an incredible value, especially when you consider that we are talking about 166-year-old pieces of U.S. minting history. The 1 cent denomination is the longest running denomination in the U.S. mint history, and it looks like there is no end in sight, especially when you take into account the U.S. Mint has to keep debunking the April Fool's joke that gets everybody every single year when somebody eventually announces we're going to be getting rid of the penny. The 1 cent piece does not have any end in sight, which means these originals are only going to get harder and harder to find. And when it comes to collecting, firsts and lasts always are keys in the series and reign supreme among collectors. And it's hard to beat the original small cents, struck in 1857 and 1858, the old workhorses of the American economy and living, breathing pieces of not only U.S. mint, but United States history as well. Our coins are just $59.95 each, and the dates will be our choice. If you buy 2 tonight, we will give you a special deal and guarantee you one 1857 and one 1858. That being said, it is time for us to be moving on. So let's see what we have coming up next.